when you get into the music business, whether you're a producer, engineer, artist, vocalist, musician, music is your first love. It is written in the Bible that God shall call the players, singers, and players of instruments first. So you ordain where music is your first love. That is your wife. There is no other until the day you die. That is your
First love.
queen. And any woman that comes in your life that you marry, that you have kids with, is really a concubine.
Sorry, what?
A concubine because music is the first love.
I'm gonna preach this shit.
What?
What him say?
Go preach it on D-Fix. What is wrong with you?
I heard
I
pre
preach
the
al-
shit.
pre the shit?
On the
But
fix.
even if it's pre the shit, it's still pre the shit on the fix.
Yeah.
That's what I heard.
Hot shit. Hot shit.
I've been saying it to Nara. Like, that's what he said. There is here something completely different. I
Yeah,
don't know.
because your mindset just tuned for more
Negativity?
listen to
I don't
negativity.
No, but she said she hear hot shit.
No, the shit.
The shit.
Yeah, pre the shit. And
What nothing wrong with the shit?
Yeah.
depends on how you say it.
Virgin, everything is different with the generations now. We just have to stick to what it means. When I say the shit, it's the shit. Just understand
The
that
shit.
and don't ask me, oh, you're saying my song is the shit?
Okay. All right. No problem. So pre-positive. No problem.
Yeah, like we're in a toxic, remember now, you know, we're in this whole toxic stream where everything is taken wrong.
Yeah.
You get me I say?
Yeah.
And we can't have conversations in dancehall without saying SYM.
Yeah.
Because that's how you...
Yeah, 2025.
Yeah, it's like 2025. Like, how you can? You know that? Instead of saying, how you can, you say, SYM! You know what I mean? And then you're supposed to disable
Which
the
anime
person
that?
now who you're talking to. And then after you do that, now them supposed to just take your point as facts.
You know?
Like, it don't work like that. Your opinion is your opinion. My opinion is my opinion. If we collide in terms of perspective, then all right, let's respectively disagree.
You get
But
none
we
for,
have this thing,
You get none for 2025 yet?
Me get about 3 of them already now, but you see, I realize that on social media, me not really deal with people in the dancehall anymore because I realize that their mind sort of on a level. I have, as a data scientist, analyzed that most of the people who tell you SYM have very bad relationships with their mothers, or should I say, were never breastfed. They never had that sort of consistency in being breastfed.
I've never really thought about it.
Yeah, so you tell people SYM, like, there's nothing wrong with it. If I was a breastfed child, you understand? And I'm sure all the breastfed children who are listening to you have no problem with being breastfed. And they had to do that via...
Sucking your mom.
So what's the problem? Let's take that out of our context for 2025. Let's take that out of the discussion. I mean, yeah, if you're vexed with somebody, whatever, man. But when it comes to like you want to make your point and get your point across, that don't have to be the first thing that is said.
Or even the last.
And
Sometimes them use it as like a little exclamation.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, it just don't have to be said. Because if social media is what it is, social media, like you're just not going to get up in the middle of ribbies and be like, SYM. That's walking around in the bathroom and somebody, the security are going to show you out, like, let's have social decorum around here now.
Them don't know what that means.
No, they don't know because...
Not people.
No, because it's a thing, bro. It's a pandemic. We're in the age of social media, but people don't know how to socialize. Think about it.
That's true.
Just think about it.
That's true.
You know, like, the worst thing to, like, somebody who, like, tell you that when they could have just have a conversation with you over the phone, but them take it to social media, ball and screaming at them phone. That's weird to me.
Lack of attention growing up and needing attention because people go through 3 phases of wanting attention, you know. Them go through it in them family, and then when them don't get it, they say them go high school, and when that don't work out for them, a lot of people either them end up in college or them end up in HR.
In college?
Or banking.
What? Banking is not. Banking is
And
literally.
I'm just going to say...
lease.
No, I'm going to say HR because most HR professionals...
Shout out to my banking friend.
Most HR professionals I see in Jamaica, like them never did get prefect in high school or never did work out for them socially. So them try to build that sort of cliquism when them come into corporate Jamaica. And that has really corrupted the spirit and, the...
Like, I have the power now.
Yeah,
that thing where we never usually have it before.
That's an interesting perspective. Because I wouldn't even think they would be in HR. I would think the prefect and the head girls and, the student council be in HR.
Never get in trouble with the next thing I'm going to say. I like a lot of the people who we know as police right now were underperforming students in school. And I'm not going to go around it because if you see how them deal with the people on the road right now when them do get a little gun, and I'm not on the general public, me not talking just one tanner from my side. Anybody can take a sample base from them own community and look at it and be like, yo, man, them get a gun, them get some power right now. You understand what I'm saying?
True.
And there is no sensibility with, I'm coming from the community, but me no say he's a thief or you is a gunman or you is a this or you is a common citizen. I say something the other day that really, it really upset me.
I wonder if the same thing what we did see with the
4
police.
man ride on a bike or 5 man ride on a bike. And a police are going in opposite direction and him say to the man, them say stop. And 1 man stop and that them man them want drape and beat and kick with him foot.
Oh, yeah,
and I'm like, why is the people who complying with police now get the abuse?
Because people here in Jamaica respond to badness.
No, I think at the end of the day, we live in like Ethiopian exile. There's 2 books I always say that Jamaican people need to read because we're living it right now. The Immiserable Slavery, the journal of Thomas E. Thistlewood, and a book called Jamaica in Exile, 1853. Nothing has changed from those books. The role of the police, the role of the Privy Council, the role of the government, the role of the politician, the role of the MP, the role of the JP, nothing has changed since 1853, just different space, better roads, better places, and different look.
I mean, no says JP enough have no more existence anymore, no more role.
I don't know, because you see me, I'm going to tell you
not
something.
see the purpose himself.
You born from a different generation from me, and there is a gap that you may never had a chance to appreciate or understand. So you have a lot of people who speak, but because I've been through, my like 48 years here upon earth, I've been through a deep context of Jamaican or Caribbean politicism. That's all I can call it. See it? Because politics is a bad word. So I'm not going to label every politician as a politics.
Okay.
Politics is a serious. There's many ticks, many bloodsuckers, right? But there are people who are in our space that we have never given them credit for. And when I, as a historian, go through and I really look and I think I have to define where we are for my kids, 6 kids me have, See it? So I have to define where we are so they understand where they need to continue the journey that we are coming from. And when I really look on it, we have this tendency in Jamaica to draw lines. But I think we're in an era now where we have to just be in a nationalism, brethren. Nationalism is important at this stage. And one of the greatest black leaders in 21st century, who we really don't speak a lot about, General Ibrahim Traore, right? That man has set a landmark blueprint that not just came from Lee Kuan Yew, but came from where did Lee Kuan Yew get his inspiration from? From the great Michael Manley. The only thing that has failed us as a people is collective effort, my people. That's the only thing. It don't matter the party, it don't matter the people, bro. If Jamaican people were as collective as how the people around Ibrahim Traore were, can you believe where we could be in 4 years? Look at the work he has done in just 3.
Which country?
Burkina Faso, man.
Okay, yeah.
That man right now is the greatest example of what a black leader is in the 21st century. And that, if you look at the guideline and read about history where it came back from, Michael Manley. And so I am not a PNP, I'm not a JLP, I'm a nationalist, because if Lee Kuan Yew could come here and build Singapore after the blueprint of Michael Manley, you can believe if Michael Manley get the support, what foundation Andrew Holness would have had now when his time came?
No, because I'm like, I remember Singapore coming here in when
it's written in history.
Yes.
It's stamped. The Jamaican blueprint has been the blueprint that took many third world countries in the Eastern world after the switch to the Petro-Caribbean dollar to different places, and we were the one that abandoned it because our people did not support it. And so when I saw this thing up the other day where Messi come here and everybody see the one goal score for Messi and go goal, and I say, yo, you know, say if Cavaliers never did actually bring the man them come here who have Messi there, we have a way bridging a deal with thing bridging, but it's just I tell you, we need to support we own. And it's a thing in a dancehall. Cartel gone around now. Everybody a talk about whatever. You see Mary J. Blige out there? Mary J. Blige and Madonna are holding on to poles to perform. But I'm not complaining about Vybz Kartel. You start talking about Madonna first now before you start talking about Vybz Kartel.
Because you see the criticism out there, like with him performance.
But at the end of the day, how many artists are willing or have built the brand gravity that Kartel have?
Yeah.
And you cannot, that's not something you can take from him through comments on social media.
True one.
Right? And I'm going to tell you something too. When I need to stop as artists and take a while to understand what the algorithmic universe is about now, because you cannot beat it, and if you don't understand it, you're going to be frustrated by it. Don't make sense you go out there and you're putting up TikTok lives and you have 17 people, 22 people, and then when Kartel come on, him have 5,200. Promoters are looking at these things in our bridgings. They're not just looking on what numbers you want to run up on YouTube anymore, you know, because YouTube numbers don't value nothing to anybody no more in this space because it can be bought.
Yep.
Yeah.
Right? And bought in bags, like nickels and dimes. Right? And Spotify is like, if you're not working for monthly listeners right now, it don't matter your stream. If you're not working for monthly listeners and fans, it's not making sense.
True.
Because guess what? You can buy as many streams as you want and whatever through whatever high, low grade, because apparently streams now are manufactured like clothes, right? A, B, C, D. So you can buy it. But if at the end of the day, a promoter look down at the bottom of your Spotify profile and you have 47, you have how much millions and but you don't have any fan base in key markets, then how are you going to come to me and tell me you want a show in New York when you don't have a fan base in New York? So if you don't have 2,600, at least 2,000 fans in New York, I don't have the confidence you can draw 200 people. You get me? So that's where it's at. But we are trying this thing and we say everybody, and it's like, and then you're frustrating the whole system. We have to understand how the algorithm works. And once we understand that and be consistent with it, because there's no one hit anymore. You have to build a consistent catalog now to break the algorithm. It don't matter if you have a video, you don't have nothing. You just have to be consistent because all the algorithms are speaking with each other. And when they see a cohesive presence across all spaces, that's how them give you what's called algorithmic credibility. You're earning credits, visibility credits via social media as an artist based upon earned media, paid media, and exposed media.
We're taking a break out of this podcast to big up our new sponsor, LiftTech Limited. So LiftTech Limited is a warehouse and material handling company. They specialize in warehouse raking systems, forklift training, forklift sales and repairs, industrial tools, industrial shrink film, say that 5 times fast, lithium batteries, industrial fans, floor scrubbers, and more. So LiftTech can be contacted at lifttechja.com or call them at 876-238-5206 or check them out on Instagram at lifttechja. Tell them you saw their ad on the Fix to get 10% off our April forklift training. All right, so shout out to LiftTech Limited. I will now returning back to the show.
So when you see a man like Kaini King, every single day, 2 times a day, you see him put it out, it's because he's building his algorithmic credibility. right?
Okay.
Nice plug for your artist there, brother.
No, well, at the end of the day, it is what it is. In a big up Kayeni King right now, album out, let it rain. You understand? And you know, but we have to understand at the end of the day, this is what the new and emerging artists have to conquer. It's not like back in the days where, you know, you
gatekeepers, actual person.
There's no gatekeepers now. That the gatekeepers are the algorithm. You cannot buy the algorithm. You have to feed the beast.
But when you said you can't buy the algorithm, because you just mentioned that people buy YouTube views, they buy Spotify numbers, like they
but Spotify going to strip it from
things
you.
In place that people can manipulate the charting with bots and them things.
Yeah, but Spotify in itself has already put in, you know, people not really looking at how the Spotify system works. Spotify is about engagements. Spotify is really and truly, and I said this and I say it again, it is not a music streaming service. It's a music social network.
Okay.
And until we understand what that means, we will be forever frustrated. Spotify is a social network, but it's music driven.
Okay.
So you're either going to bring a crowd, create content, or have collaborations. And then those collaborations take you from one space to the next space, expose your music to another space, but that's what they're all about. And then they serve that up to an audience. The same thing like radio. People bawl about radio, but radio has to create an audience for a particular advertising market. I couldn't come on here talking about expletives or it wouldn't fit your particular target market. Or you wouldn't have no market at all. If everybody who you brought on here was spitting what they wanted to spit like anybody wanted to spit, there has to be a sort of level of decorum that fits your sponsors, right? So at the end of the day, it is the same thing. For radio, use music to create a particular audience to attract certain sponsors. That's what all podcasters do. That's what all content creators do. And so if your music does not fit those spaces and the spaces that bring visibility, then at the end of the day, you have nobody but to blame but yourself. And it is what it is.
I see they do a video talking about the future of music on your Instagram, by the way, Reggaeology. Go follow that up, people. And you're talking, they say music isn't about selling streams, about selling experiences. How would an artist go about selling experiences?
When all they know is selling music, eh?
Well, at least. Or just selling an image, if you will, on social media.
You know, the sad thing about it is that we can't really blame the youths them for what they are doing. Because majority of this generation learned it during a time of quarantine. A lot of these youths, COVID, them go YouTube, teach them what them use. There was no elders, there were no workshops, there was nothing. You go to a road based upon your alphabet and you go buy your food and go your yard and you spend the next 2 weeks in your yard. And before you're mad, you had to find something. The whole Reggaeology podcast started out of that entire situation. Me and my iPhone 6 at the time having to do something because I'm regulated, you know, you're relegated to your yard.
Yeah.
And, you know, thank God for that period because, you know, them say, you know, sometimes bad things come around, but it's still, to this day, the world's #1 reggae history podcast. And I give thanks for that. But at the end of the day, a lot of youth had to also vent creatively through that to keep them sanity during that time and them learn and them own and them. So when I look at the youth them with the trap thing, I cannot kill the youth them because when I look back now and I write in a chapter, I told you last year I write in a book, right? Still in the journey of the book because I wanted to look on certain things like the evolution of this whole new generation of dancehall. The trap. I was just talking with some of them about it. But the youth them, when you look, what was happening is that there was a lot of the trap people them who were doing those tutorials online during that time. So them learn from what them learn from, and so we get the trap dancehall, and any one of them out there can tell you say, them learn from all of these trap producers who are online, who are showing you quick tips to this and that in a Fruity Loops, and them evolve them thing and them go along, right? But at the end of the day, what happened? The youth them build them own thing. we cannot kill them. It came out of a period of isolation. And so we come now and we are like, as a generation, boy, we can't say the truth. The whole trap of foolishness, and we see it go through its like ebbs and flows.
But it started before COVID, though, that time there.
No.
Before.
I wouldn't say no. It evolved during COVID. The evolution of trap.
I could say that it evolved.
Let us look at, there are 83 artists that pop up between 2017 and 2022. How many of them still around now? But there was a bundle. You remember? that bulk? All right. We in the calm now, right? It thin out. But at the end of the day,
come feel like an artist pop up every day?
No, it's still going to happen.
3 artists pop up every day.
Yeah, but them 3 artists pop up every day. But this is where we're coming to this. This is my next point. There is trap dancehall. And trap dancehall is going through its own teething pain. I'm not take it from the youth them. May I tell you? I'm not take trap dancehall from the youth them. This is coming out of their own journey to find their own musical identity. See it? And whatever way it come out, rough, ready, unfit for whichever generation thinks it is, that is it. But what I'm realizing now is that as these trap artists mature, they might bring a little level of consciousness and a little more thing to the thing. And see where it's going, and I'm like, I like where it's going for those who maturing with the music. But what happens as music mature now, you have to separate the fraud from the water. Get me? And so I think trap dancehall has reached, or the modern dancehall, as we would call it, has reached a point now of evolution that is very interesting.
Our next point.
Yeah. Which is now we have to separate the trap from the trash. And there's nothing wrong with trash dancehall.
There isn't.
Because it's the same way you have bounce music down south, Big Frida, the booty everywhere and whatever, and Uncle Luke and everybody had them thing. There's nothing wrong. When I say it, I don't want an artist feel like say, me I diss them thing. Yeah. It's trash.
They might go feel like it is.
Yeah, well,
you just call it trash.
Right? It's trash dancehall. Yeah. Because you can't call it tramp. Because if you call it tramp, the woman them are gonna be so guess what? It's trash. It's trash.
I'd not like to see that woman.
Right? Exactly.
Shut up.
So and there's nothing wrong with trash dancehall. Trash dancehall is what it is. It lasts for what? The time.
Yeah.
And we see that happening. It's disposable. Hey, we can't deny that trash dancehall is disposable music. And there's nothing wrong with disposable music. We see that happening in North America
serve its
every day.
Purpose, yes.
It serve its purpose.
Have a purpose to serve.
You buy a box food, brethren. When you eat it, and you need it for rest right there so till you're ready for eat the next portion, or you're ready for give to your dog. Where you carry it in?
A doggy bag.
And then what you do with the doggy bag?
You just drop it.
I don't know why doubles came to mind.
Hey, no.
It's not. It's all Beanie's fault.
Listen. Let's not even go into that.
That's funny.
That level of cultural disrespect, I don't even want.
That was crazy.
I don't even want to partake in that, because at the end of the day, we are family.
We are.
No, tongue and teeth will mash. You will have, everybody have that cousin wanna compete with, man. And we are Trinidad back one. We like Indian cousin where we are compete with, brethren.
I love my Trinidadian sisters.
Somebody rush you down the road with dead, and we know you're gonna there for where you might be peeping from the, oh, it's that cousin. All right. You understand me? I say, but we are family in the CARICOM, and at this particular time, in this changing and challenging time that the world is going through, we as Caribbean people, we've been through it. Life working in cycles, We've been through it,
Yep.
And we have a third time now for uniting, my brother. We had West Indies Federation, never work out. CARICOM, barely. But at this time, can we pull together now as a nation of Caribbean people?
But you just advocated in the beginning of this thing, nationalism.
Yes, man. And
so
that
work for
what you mean nationalism? They don't take nothing for us to stick together as people, because there's one thing common with all of us right now, and there's no person in Jamaica who has never been taken care of by a Cuban doctor.
Yeah.
I have a family member who's been taken care of. I have a family member who's, listen, man.
Yep.
There's one commonality right now. It's not doubles, it's not jerk, it's not roast yam, it's not whether Guinea is called a different name or whatever. Right now, is Cuba are going to unite the Caribbean because they have been there for us, and that is it. And there is no question about what we need to do and how we need to hold together right now. There's no debate about it, brethren.
Absolutely.
There's no debate about it.
Javi, far, Javi. By the way, we're talking to music business analyst Lloyd Laing, by the way. We've just been going. We've just been going. Yeah.
Hi, Lloyd.
Wow. We're there, man.
Yo, I feel like, we could have going deeply in 5 different topics, but we just make you cook. Yeah, just make you do it. Even the nationalism thing, I ask why you feel like we've lost our way there, because it seemed like we were there at a certain point in time. As you mentioned, the likes of Singapore study us, and we see where their economy and their country is right now. How we lose the way as a country?
I'm not saying we lose the way. I think that
capitalism,
separatism in our society, political separatism, has created a great divide that we still don't get over. I say there's this lawyer bridging that's on TikTok, and I watch him think, and I like the advice I get, and I see, because there's people there, I forget his name. Good bridging man. Always there I give some advice, some solid advice. And the other day somebody made a comment about, them did really like him advice until they realize him political allegiance. And I'm like,
Jaja.
Come on, man. This is more than the...
That's like Harry with Trump,
Shut
up. A good pass, but from Trump, so fuck him.
Yeah, no, but I'm like...
You the message, was he biased?
At the end of... No, I'm just no, it's not about bias. We have to reach a level... We are in a democratic society. Democratic society means you must agree to disagree without trying to strangle me. It's like we're in you remember when the Hitutsi did that chop everybody?
In Rwanda.
In Rwanda, it's like we did it, but we did it but we did it verbally now in a Jamaican. We have some like a sideline thing, boy. You're labor right here. Come on, man. We're a different generation of people now, right? We see we parents them suffer through FinSac. We see we family members them suffer through FinSac. And for an entire generation of us, there was no opportunities.
Yeah, only
certain
cash was crash.
Exactly. Yeah. And then you have a little man come around who spend the whole time here in a politics. The whole time life in a politics. The whole time life in a politics. And him come and him make 2 little move. And in any other society, I even remember at one point, even the PNP saying, youthful enthusiasm, but then we want to burn out Andrew Holness because guess what now? There's an entire generation of us who have a prime minister that's within our age group, where we can understand, that we can actually connect with. And we want to burn him out. It's scary how we deal with things that could be examples to the world of us. Yeah, whatever you want to say about him, but Regina, at the end of the day, this is a man who has spent his entire career in politics, right? And what you want to say or what you want to say about him, every single youth can see some change, because I remember coming up in the previous administration. I can tell you, say, it wasn't easy. You get me? I say, and I see my daughters. I don't benefit from this generation. I see my children benefit. Cause 6 children may have. So I go through that, but I see where my children now have advantages I never have. You know what it took me to open a bank account at 21, and what it takes my daughter to do it now to have 4 of nothing.
Your ID, your TRN, and your payslip.
Yeah, but then them they have to find 2 JP, and the JP them have to know you and know your mother and know your mother crutches.
You see why I said JP not serve no purpose?
It don't serve any purpose.
I told you.
I can tell you that JP serve no purpose. But at the end, it is very complicated. And then when you go, if the bank manager look on you too right and too, It was very difficult.
No, let me tell you, I've spoken to people overseas, like Canada recently. Somebody from Canada, like, them born here, and it's like them wouldn't come back just because of the ease of banking in Canada versus here. Like, just even that alone.
Even Jamaicans who
is a hindrance to people.
No, but he's saying it's better now.
It's better now, but still very difficult.
Yeah, but come here, people still complain about it.
Yeah,
Need references.
Yeah, but but here what I'm now. It not that bad like back in the day. May I tell you, say you can apply and you can't remember, you know. You have systems now, you know. Back in them day, you know. You have to have somebody that you can put on the account. May I tell you, it was and that is why even for women.
Are you bringing up like classism, racism back then? Was it that?
But it's still not changed.
But it was more obvious and apparent.
It's very obvious and apart. As long as
back then, but
no.
Very clandestine. Yeah.
No.
It's subtle.
No?
Yeah, no. So you're saying that people say that's what you're saying now is still...
I said to you when I started earlier, and I say it again, there are 2 books that Jamaicans should read that should be required reading for every Jamaican of melanated skin, are those who are interested in the struggle of those who have melanated skin within our Jamaican context, whether through the diaspora, first or second generation. It is In Miserable Slavery, the journal of Thomas E. Thistlewood, right? And a book called Ethiopia in Exile, Jamaica in 1853. Those 2 books,
I'm writing this down.
we need to read those books. Those books should be required reading for every youth in my household. Get a copy of it, whether printed or otherwise, because I think the one In Miserable Slavery, I think that one is banned worldwide because that book not supposed to release.
Wow.
And so you will understand what is called the undersongs and the undertones of our society. And if you understand that, you understand where your place is. It hasn't changed.
I mean, I get that, but I mean, I was just saying that you're saying that your children, because that's where the conversation is now, like your children.
It's easier for them to get through with certain things, but it's more expensive. Our parents, let me tell you something. Jamaica was destroyed by a generation called the boomers.
The world was destroyed by the generation.
The generation called the boomers. They bought houses for 13,000.
Yep.
But complain now why their children can't buy one for buy a corner lot. A corner shop for 38.5 million. See? And you're not ambitious enough. Their mortgage was 24,000, and they had to eat porridge for 6 months to pay off half of it.
24,000?
Yeah, man. But for we know now 247,000.
Like
some of them, you know what I mean? Like, you had those who are trying to go up, you know?
Yeah.
And then there are things like,
I remember when they were like, oh, I need $30,000 for a house.
and then you had good friends,
right? But $30,000 3 months.
Exactly. And then you had good friends who on say a quarter acre or a half a acre, and the 4 away has to just go and say, yo, we're gonna buy it and cut it up and re. Today, 25 liters, your little house part is worth 100 million. You have friends like that today? No. You don't.
No.
You don't have people like that. You don't have a woman where you can build life with another drink like a porridge.
Oh God.
Tell a woman boy we're gonna buy a house and drink porridge. Like, you must say, no, man.
Of course.
It's not so bad.
Yes, it is. It's very bad. It's very bad.
It's bad.
It's not that we hate, you know.
Bad.
No, but
It's us coming to the grips of reality.
Yo, let me tell you what happened now.
That's not true.
No, I'm gonna tell you right now.
I see what's happening right now. Them are gaslightery.
No, all I know.
Them are gaslightery.
I'm telling you what.
Let me hear.
Jamaican men in the age of their awakening are waking up, and we just realize what I'm going finally.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, we have accepted it. We accepted it bitterly, but now we accepted it silently. And we're taking it for who we are, for who you are. And we're not denying who you are. Yeah. We're not cussing on the phone or we just know who you are. Yeah. And until you prove yourself otherwise, then you are who you are.
Which is what?
We're
not having to deal with it.
Whatever you present yourself to be at the time.
Yeah, man. You call them out to them.
I'm going to call it out because we can't even blame the woman them, virgin. Because I'm going to tell you something. If you book up a woman right now, And her hair natural and she rugger and she cut her hair. I said, boy, she not take care of her hair, you know. But you know, if you sit down with a woman for a minute, you realize her heart clean.
True.
Guess what happened now? When them they are in there and cut off them ear because them sin and give them man 90 million bun. And them decide so them want to take off the sin off of them head and then go in a one temple and cut it off. Them wash it off, package it and call it ushy gushy and sell it downtown and then put it in and don't understand that the antenna is the ear so they take it all like wickedness for all of them people around the world. And bring it come here now so me can't.
She wash it so the sin.
No man, no man. Because your ear is the antenna to your soul. So when you plug it in,
you plug it in the gas line.
No man. It's temporary. You just stitch it in a little bit.
Temporary because you plug out one different one and put in one different frequency and then you put it on your eye now and then you can't see.
Yeah.
And then it's a problem now.
Yeah.
You know, we were talking about house being expensive.
No.
I reached the us being whores.
What do you mean expensive?
Being whores.
Right now, if a woman love eat, she must be able to cook. And if you can cook, we take you out to eat. But don't just eat alone.
No.
That's unreasonable.
Very.
That's unreasonable. You love eat, so you can. You're supposed
We're
to. We're
supposed to can go out and when we eat, and you say, you know, we're going to try that dish at home and we'll go and we say, yeah, all right, we're going to try it back at home and you go back home. Even if we go eat it and spend it 10, 15 grand, go back home, go try it.
Suppose it not come out good.
Well, then you'd never cook in the first place. I'm going to take you out, go spend 10, 15 grand. You have to come cook first.
True, man. No for woman.
Me nah take you out because you're pretty and your booty and when you get up now, the sausage burn up and the catch and the egg look like it been mutilated.
Yeah,
it's an egg. Cook an egg, cook a sausage.
Yeah, so she not have to cook everything, but she can know how to cook something.
Have a skill set.
No. We need to
have a specialization.
Listen. As I say, and I'm adamant, I know a whole heap of people are going to vex when I say this, but as a single father, I have been through a lot of things in my life, and I will say one thing. That I have learned from my own personal mistakes that I have guided my sons with and all the younger gentlemen them around me where say, Father Laing, when the time come, if you look for a woman, I say make sure say our father and our mother in our life. And the father and the mother don't have to be get together, but they must be active participants in her life.
True.
Because at the end of the day,
suppose one dead.
Then at the end of the day, it is what it is. Because if you grow up without it, with your mother and you don't remember whatever your father grew up with there was past it, and then because you're going to look, you see, we have to understand it now. Let us just break it down. I'm not going to break it down for now. Men are bred for loyalty. You know? It is genetically intertwined for men for loyalty. Women are bred for survival.
True.
The only man that a woman will be loyal to is her father. So if you don't have her father in her life, you're going to have to fill that gap, and that end up to be pressure. So at the end of the day, it is important for a woman to have her father in her life.
Very important.
Because at the end of the day, that also sets the standard for the men who are going to enter her life. Because at the end of the day, a woman and every woman who listen to what I'm saying and know right now, that don't have no loyalty but to the father and no brother them.
And because them don't have no father in them life, some of them don't
have no loyalty.
No loyalty.
And so sons who are grown without their fathers are inculcated to be survivors, so them end up don't having no loyalty.
Sterling, no for the woman them out there, why them so messed up, you know, because them never have no father figure in them life. So that's why them run around looking for daddies.
Yeah,
because
and everybody,
this a man a daddy, this a man a daddy.
But not only that, I tell a Virgin, say, Virgin, if you buck up a woman, you know, and you get a little piece in the night, then the first thing she look on you when you're underneath the work, and she said, Daddy, you know. Get off of that.
What?
Get off of that.
Sterling, I'll express this. Let me say this, Sterling.
First of all, that's awkward.
Let me say this. It will prove very difficult for me personally to do that. Yo, your woman call you daddy.
No, you can't finish up what you're doing. You know, if you keep don't look back.
You have to be wary of them for real.
Jesus,
you do have to.
Call your daddy, man. You wake up in the morning,
a lot of these women,
when them say daddy.
Yes, a lot of these women, them don't want a partnership. They don't want a relationship. They want a fathers. For look after them, for tell them what to do, for tell them what to think.
They don't want a father.
For them lock off them brain, for them organize them life, everything.
Who wants a father will follow instructions and learn from instructions and improve. You see, from them say, Daddy, Jesus Christ,
You have
Daddy.
to watch the tone for real.
Your problem, you have to watch it tone.
Yeah.
So I really, that's the issue, because that's what I wanted to ask is, what is the reoccurring issue that you face with these women? Why you feel like
Them
you
not on the father
can't
and them life.
build with them?
Them grow up with the men them too emotional now because them take on woman emotional feelings because them grow up with them auntie them, then them auntie and them uncle and them realize growing up with them grandmother, because them grandmother now is just like 10 years younger than them or 14 years younger than them and them are 20 years younger than them or whatever.
I don't
so
like
now,
all this
and it's
kind
a
of
house full of woman, but now you have a teenage boy growing up, 12, 14, 16, watching them grandmother auntie can all sort of man hear them talk about conversations.
Yeah.
These guys come out now like totally like every woman who me touch now, them a go tear me, thief me, because them sitting at them yard.
Yeah,
and
first hand.
First hand.
Yeah, first hand.
Yo, a Friday we go tear that man there and Riri and tear that, and when they come and them see it. So when them start go to road now and them grow up with women, so them have the emotional inclination of women. So when women now deal with them away, because they never man fi say, yo, you see now man boops you, just hold it. And take it and go build back. Yo, disappear, deep hole, stab woman, cut her throat.
Facts.
Because them have the emotional resonance of a woman, because them grew up with a woman now who teach them that they need to be a survivor, and a survivor is not a sense of loyalty. If you take what me take me, I go kill you for what you take me, can it come back to a full circle. Because a woman will kill you for your picnic, you know. But a father will run away with his child.
A lot to process there. Always a process. Because there's nothing to argue.
No, I was going to.
But
You completed the thought.
Yeah, complete the thought.
Because
That's true.
that's what I wanted to get to, because women, 'cause you talk about modern women now with no loyalty, but survival. So each role has been reversed in a sense. So men are trying to survive because women are bred for survival, which is true. We get married.
No, we breed. What has happened is that the system has changed the roles and displaced the man in the Jamaican society. Because even if your father was a gallus, your father was a coxman, those fathers still took care of 13, 14, 15 children. Elephant Man, for example. Elephant Man, we tell the same, know if half a theme, but Elephant Man taking care of everyone. Who believe him dealing them thing. And it's one of the thing them, for some of the real artists them in their business, them pick me never hungry, never see them a road that suffer, because them take on the Bob Marley mantra where them say, you will never see my picnic on the streets begging bread. And those people, to me, are royalty, despite we calling them kings. Those artists are royalty to me, because I see them pick me and them take care of them pick me. And you see how them pick me and grow. Big up to Agent Sasko, big up to the future a man like Agent Sasko put together, because we need more artists to build something out of country like that and I do them thing there.
Big up to Kartel.
Big up to Kartel. Big up, and I want to tell you something. Enough people don't give the man the rate him when for deal with, you know. Because I watch this man come from being a joke in Jamaica, you know, to a mogul, you know. Big up
Kartel?
No, man. Bogdanovich, man.
Oh.
People don't know where Bogdanovich for 1996. Them think yesterday Bogdanovich they're around here. But if Bogdanovich really, and you need to sit down with Bogdanovich, you know.
He doesn't want to sit down with us.
No, but Bogdanovich's story is not one of them stories, not a light-hearted story.
I know.
It has been a story of ups and downs. And if you want to talk about man who consistent, people might talk about him, but guess what? A man could have gone many places with every failure he has made here, and a man stick around till it work for himself and find him groove. You understand what I'm saying? And his story is not one. You see, man have a team, right? And a Bogdanovich one. Bogdanovich started out being Bogdanovich alone, you know. But you see, Bogdanovich find him team.
Yeah.
Let's come back now to dancehall. We need to work with teams. People need to understand them places within teams. And everybody have to be upfront and present. You just said to me, say, no one there because Bogdanovich have him team and him know, say, I know him make the magic, him have him team, and the magic happens with your team. Same thing right here. So.
Yeah, whenever, at least one of team never seem for big, but I think we are good now. We could make an attempt.
I mean, at the end of the day, you have to understand that it's a new generation. Things are changing, attitudes are changing, and we have to understand that we all have to change the attitude towards the community if we want to have the reception. Cause we can't just be planets floating around on our own, you know. We have to create a solar system. It's through a solar system we're going to create a galaxy now and bring back the universe called reggae.
Yeah.
You understand? And so when you see people like Panic doing what they're doing at Tuesday service, when you see people like Billy Mystic, what they did back in the day, we need back spaces like that. We need back spaces where small, medium, large spaces where we can nurture the artists of the future, right? Kingston Reggae Garden, you know, and you have a lot of artists out there and a lot of people in the movement. Deraja, for example, I pull him thing together. You understand? Billy Mystic bringing back Jamnesia again, where we're having pure music magic and these spaces. So between Dub Wise, Dub Club, Skyline, Compound, we're coming back to our glory where we can see the new and emerging artists having a space to incubate. And we just need Corporate Jamaica, Rum Stripe, Red Stripe, Hard Punch, all the people them who've been gathering around the space. And of course, you understand? Yes. When you come, man, and support the movement, man, because whether it's trap, whether it's trash, whether it's dub, whether it's reggae, it's our own. And we need to start supporting the music that we're putting out to the world. Because regardless, you know, once it go out there, you know, it's ours. And once it go out there, support it.
True. We did talk about the woman them a while ago. And people might hear me say, no, just don't like. No, it's just that the women them that are, you know, prostitutes and like, just be it. But stop when people calling out for it. This, no, I'm not. No, no, do things that are character traits of. But that's besides the point. Yeah,
yeah, but narrow.
Yeah.
You see Chris Martin come out what they are talk about. Him want him ex-girlfriend and him wife to be friends, right?
Yeah.
But then when Sugar come out with the what if where she says, suppose you come home after 5 o'clock and me and you and my side man dip on the ends.
Yeah.
You realize what the man them soft-hearted, we can have a good musical space where you get a good collaboration and you just come out and give the woman a yell and say, yo, Sugar is a mad collaboration. Up to now, Mr. Christopher Martin like, no, come on, man.
A man is not a short accent, but yeah.
What you mean madness?
Yeah, man is short accent.
What you mean madness? So you
it's
want...
the same thing.
Yo, let me tell you something. You know, it's not the same thing. And I'm going to tell you why. Because if you walk in the house...
I'm too sick to fight.
The man, man, pan top or something. You're going to get... Yeah, you're going to reel up and you know. Get it?
Yeah.
Yes, if a man come in and say,
what's gonna happen, Lloyd?
Him lose it all together and probably put cough off.
Sealer. That totally destroys this man.
Headspace man.
I see if the man I deal with it a certain way. The confidence of this man is shattered. Much like the womb that the woman is being penetrated.
That is a whole different ball game when a woman left a man.
A different thing. I keep on trying to explain they don't understand these things. They just don't get it.
Because I remember say when I left from all 90 days before, you know. And they just don't put in the notice until 7 days before, you know.
Yeah.
You understand? And then you wake up one Saturday morning and I wonder, hey, what's going on here?
I thought we were good.
I thought we did good. Then we just talk last night, man.
In that situation, the man more likely to half himself and alive himself than the woman.
No,
the woman don't want to fight and bawl and scream. A man will want to unalive himself.
Yeah, but you see, let me tell you the part where
it's a man thing.
Let me tell you where the unaliving part go now. Let me tell you, that's got the chair all move with me.
We're never fixing these chairs.
Let me tell you where the unaliving part go now. You see, when a man don't understand what the void is, then him don't understand what a woman is.
When you say void, what are you talking about?
Void.
No, when you say void,
right. The vagina.
We just that one.
Yeah, man, you light a fire.
Oh, okay.
You gather the sticks and you light a fire. See it? And when you light the fire, because I must say you light the fire as a man now, you know. You gather the wood, you walk down a bush, you broke bramble, you find trash, you come, you walk up a shop, you find, and then you come back and light it and blow underneath the fire now. And do what you have to do and stroke fire.
Yeah.
And when the fire light now, and you're hot, guess what you do now? Go in your bag and take your money and go so. Yeah, man. Say a 10 grand,
Yeah.
Say a 20 grand, 100,000. All right, that one is supposed to keep your fire light now.
Yeah.
And when the fire don't get no more money, what happen?
It's out.
All right.
When it don't get any oxygen, that's what keeps
And
the
what is
fire
the
going.
oxygen to the fire of a woman?
Air, love, and affection.
Other things, it's not just money.
Currency.
No, it's attention,
Apartheid.
love,
Yes,
and
okay.
affection. Not just money.
All right, let me ask you
You
something
always said
now.
not just money.
Let me
I mean,
tell you
yeah,
something.
money
Let me tell you
is
something.
there.
And this is why I tell every man when in music business, you know. Every woman.
Yeah, because I was gonna ask you the three pitfalls, but you talk
man, yeah,
about
that me actually they're going to
Oh, well, when the 3 pitfalls,
Yeah.
we don't talk about one already.
Yeah,
Yes,
women.
We
woman,
will
yeah.
keep it up to the factor of the thing is that, and we always remember this. When you get into the music business, whether you're a producer, engineer, artist, vocalist, musician, music is your first love. It is written in the Bible that God shall call the players, singers, and players of instruments first. So you ordain where music is your first love. That is your wife. There is no other until the day you die. That is your
First love.
queen.
Yeah.
And any woman that comes in your life that you marry, that you have kids with, is really a concubine.
I'm sorry, what?
She's a concubine because music is the first love. And most women come into the life of a musician, artist,
yeah.
engineer, singer, producer, and be like, okay, and you tell them this, you know. You tell them, say, yo, music, I'm married to this lady called music. And them look around and true, them not see her. Them want to hear her more time. Them say, yo, man, she's not a problem. But when you lock down for all 6 months in a studio now, and now she hear just the music alone and nothing, as they say, attention, no what? At that time, then she start ball now. You have to understand if you're dealing with a man in a music business that you will always be the second woman in his life. And that is it. And most relationships where you see them have longevity in a music, the woman knows say, it's like a Muslim, you know, when a wife go pick the other wife and know say, yeah, that is the new wife and she excited for the new wife. Yes. That's how it goes. She just understand her place that the first wife is music. And I am second to that. And she will come and see you doing your work and you need anything for music? You understand me? I said, that's a good wife. And then when you're done with music now, you make sure you put together a little package and go spend some time with her and give her the unadulterated because she made that sacrifice for you with the other wife. So like you have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, but in this case now, you know, you have some work I do in a studio, you do some work and then you take away 2 or 3 months and you go spend some time with her and walk with her on the beach and, you know what I mean, do all her toes them and soak it. Yeah, you know, these little things, but you can't do that now with modern day women.
Why? So what you can do? What can you do with modern day women?
I'm too sick. I'm really too sick.
Why lie that look for
I want to find my sick.
See it, Javi.
Butterflies.
This is how I can.
Yeah, actually have something in there. Yeah, actually have something in there.
No. You see what I got about? For boy that be proving.
Hey,
It's paid for it.
it's so quiet. I had it also.
I'm surprised him of it.
Well, you hear it now. You hear this? You're surprised. Jesus. No satisfaction.
Satisfaction. Oh, thank you. No.
5 grand at that.
I'm surprised I even have that. Where the rest side? That's them attitude.
Hey.
Hey, them women that grow up on something the jets, you know.
But when them call it, then they pan call me back.
Yeah.
Them can't even buy credit. Then they pan call me back.
Yeah, man, just call me back.
But at the end of the day, when they call them back and say, well, go on, yeah, you broke like Ross, you fuck you, what like, but you just tell me to call you back. Like, what the hell?
Are you up here for them data too? You know? It's crazy.
It's
Oh,
crazy.
God.
It's crazy.
It's crazy out there.
It's all about World of Vibe Music Fest.
Yes, the rumors are true.
Performing live.
Credit Club. Friday, March 28th at the UBS Arena, Elmont, New York. Also featuring Dexter Naps. Freedom.
girl I wine, carry drive.
Once on the morning, my karma, keep my buy honey.
The dancehall queen Spice.
Bad girl, step out, I'm stunting.
Behind girl, them bubblegum. Behind girl, them
And me sell a coffee like Peter Bunks Snyder. Shotty rum ram.
Get your early bird tickets now, before the full lineup is announced.
It's the World of Vibes Music Fest.
So you think that of the three that you mentioned, bad management, wrong women, and snap decision is like bad women is the worst to an artist's downfall. It's like going
well,
with
what
the
I have realized in across the span is that you might can recover from bad management, you might can recover from a few snap decisions, but you can't recover from a bad woman.
Why? Because many of these artists marry.
Because that happened at the last part. When you already believe that this is a woman that's going to take care of you.
Okay.
Like.
But they marry so often. And they have so many women too. So I'm just like.
You want to stay? You want to stay?
Who will stay?
So the artists them stay.
No. A man end up have 5 pick me with 2 different women. And then he decides I'm going to have 4 with you. And when him have the 4 with you, him get sick. And the first thing you do, I chuck him in a one little golden age home and start have man a drive him and truck. And like say man did broke or whatever, you just decide say, yo, you want a young digger. You understand? Because that's not your thing now. You want to upgrade your thing. And that's how the thing go. And then when you upgrade the thing now, you realize it. And then at the end of the day, sometime, you know, man just pick wrong woman because him thinks that the woman today, it just, man do something because out of loyalty, you know?
Yeah.
And that's the stupidity with man and loyalty, you know? But uno, deal with survival. A survival and the deal, you know? So eventually man realize.
But you can't tell that you have a bad woman or the wrong woman. Not even a bad woman. You have the wrong woman. You can't tell early.
What do you mean if you tell early?
You can't? Is there no way to tell early?
Most of we can tell early, but most of we don't want to take what is in front of us. And most of man, allow me to tell. We see it.
Sometimes we lie to ourselves too.
We lie to ourselves, man. We say, yo, we can change that.
Yeah.
Only can't change that.
All right. No, because guess what now?
They can't change.
Only know, on a different. On a side, there's a scale of 10. He has failed at 9. Okay, he fulfills 9.8. He has failed because he has not fulfilled 0.2. A man say, yo, me I'm going to take 30%.
True.
Me work with the 30% when we see right there, sir.
True.
No. I can't work with your 0.2.
The women,
your 0.2, no.
The women
I can't work
require
with it.
perfection. As opposed to a man who say, you know, so we work with the 30.
A man, we did it.
I see me can get her up to about a 70 or 80.
No, man, 70 man say 47. My friend, I laugh after me, but me go have a 47.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Well, right?
No.
Man, them look on you and says, I hate.
We're not going to link, but she's not going to be the wife. So you will link the 47, but the wife have to be above 47, of course.
Wife?
Yes.
The wife? Wife, no. No, the road for wife. What you talk about wife? You want a wife now, you go down a St. Elizabeth and down a country.
True, huh?
Deep down in a country where you see some of them girls up on TikTok and have them farm for 200 acres. Go down there, go buy 100 and catch beside them and tell them to go. That you up man have to do now. Man,
that's why I want my sugar mama.
I can't do no. Woman have to do something now. Different generation now.
Oh God, and when it comes to acknowledging them own flaws and them thing there.
Because my son not take care of man again. You know?
I love that too.
When a man now come home to cook food, you know, it's not like.
No.
You see from the day they mash up Stony Hill, the market behind of Stony Hill, the whole uptown Stony Hill mash up, you know. Because you had a woman around there who was cooking for hundreds of uptown families for the wife, them I couldn't cook, you know. And you see, when you go down there, you see shed pan tall up saying, you see all sort of petri dish, because them go down there and say, he want stew chicken today, ma'am. And she cook it, and the stew chicken put on with the rice and peas, and she run up the hill. And these were the little people that used to keep some of these uptown women alive. But when they knock out the whole of Stony, them have to go down and go buy food now. And husband say, so warm to the stew peas. Warm to. So now I'm go down the road, a cassava piece, and find a little thing. Put her across the road and go down there Sunday now for the real gungo peas. And so this is where our society just mash up now. If you no coulda cook, you no coulda keep no man. Pum pum can't hold man again.
Look how much cook shop they bought. Girl can't go order that. She coulda say, my man wants stew peas today.
And you know the problem now? You have some diehard mother, like my grandmother, some boy will grow up with. So you get some grandmother youth now out there, and I think the mother them alone, where them grandmother say your uncle couldn't cook pot water, So you go and stand up here so I learn to cook. And I was one of them there. So you can't out cook me, you can't out clean me, you can't out wash me. So you have to come with something. What you're going to bring to the table, and it cannot just be coochie alone.
At least match.
My smile.
Blood clot.
Wow. He laughed. So I got it. I'm at the table.
Yeah,
I'm at the table.
Ain't no time for the meal against them to shame me on the show. I'll shame them and
I can be funny. I have personality.
I'm too scared to fight. I want to fight you.
Yeah.
Because it's not true. Because the thing is, what about these modern men? These modern men aren't bringing anything. They're not bringing anything now. So why are modern women now being like shunned and set aside?
Hold up. I just made a different definition a while ago because I don't want the people to mix up trash with trap.
True.
All right? So we have to make a clear definition now of what men and overgrown boys with beards are.
Naro.
Stop.
He ain't overgrown.
Stop that. You stop that.
We have to just make the definition now of what boys and men are in our society. Because there are a lot of bitches with beards walking up and down.
And them beards don't complete.
That's true.
I mean, hey.
Hey.
I'm just saying, at the end of the day, there are two things. If you can't keep your word, you don't have no balls. And if you don't have no balls, you're not a man.
True.
At the end of the day, it is what it is. So if you make a commitment and you can't meet a commitment as a man, then come together and have a discussion with the team and say, yo, we have to go move certain points or certain things across the level. But don't just the man, they hide like bitches in them closets.
Yeah. Because they're in the closet.
Hey.
True. Enough of them too. Let's talk about because this is serious. Enough of them get touched when them was smaller, and them haven't got.
That is why I say
to get through this.
And I am saying to people, and I say this again. There is two books that must be read, and until these books are commonly read by men and boys in Jamaica, it should be them a book I see like how them tell about Maroon Boy and them book they were read at school. From you reach high school, you're supposed to read In Miserable Slavery, the journal of Thomas E. Thistlewood, so that black men know what them have to navigate in this society. By the time them reach third form, I say it again. Another book called Ethiopian Exile, right? But we don't have that sort of level of education in Jamaica anymore. Because we left from having a Minister of Education where now dunce is the operative word in our society.
It's a cool word in our society.
It's a cool word.
Yeah.
So if at the end of the day you being a Minister of Education, our society now, and you leave the department, and it's dunce is the operative word. My fear is what is going to happen in finance.
Jesus Christ.
You know what I'm talking about?
Shambles.
It's just logics, and I'm just going off of basic.
For favor.
Yeah, you can anyway.
I'm not pressuring. No. I'm just saying, like, everything of perform, like even in stocks, in business, there's performance. we left a Ministry of Education. Let's look at the term of, because we are where we are, you know, because of our education system, you know, so let us not deny it. We left from where...
But it's not just it's not a new problem.
It's not a new problem.
Okay.
It started from PNP's time. So it's not Fayetteville is the only problem.
I don't want to say PNP. I'm just saying it's not a current problem.
But I mean, at the time when Portia decided to bring grade 3 and make grade 3 a standard, that is where we started to see the depreciation in our education.
Oh, you mean like in terms of like grade 3 as a passing grade? That's what you mean?
Can't be a passing grade. It was never a passing grade.
Listen, I get 3 in maths. I pass maths.
I don't know why you want to take away my maths pass. So
I don't think, and I personally don't think.
Thank you, Portia.
If you have a grade 3, you shouldn't even say have a grade 3.
I only have 2. And it's maths. It was math
But now I find out that grade 3 then.
Yeah.
Yeah, but here's the problem now. This is where we have now what's called a generation discrepancy.
Yeah.
So you have now where you have an entire HR, human resources, ecosystem in Jamaica that come out of grade 2. That's all I'm saying. And then you wonder why youth who go there with 9 trees, but the youth will go there with 6, 2 and get 3. Get 2. You understand what I'm saying? It's a matter of standards. We need to get the thing back up to a level. Like there are some little quiet nuances that we don't speak about in our society. For example, that a lot of the youth, them who leave 6th form and go to university have to go back into remedial education at the grade 9 level.
Yo, you know that a foreign? There's this girl, she's suing her Connecticut school district because she's illiterate. She got to UConn, University of Connecticut, and she can't read or write English. But she's a Spanish speaker, so she come from Puerto Rico, but she passed, she matriculate throughout the entire high school system. But she can't speak. But what she do is speech to text. So technology has aided her into her literacy.
No, has disabled her.
Well,
disabled her in her literacy.
English literacy.
Right? And that's what this phone thing do. And now them have the... I mean, one time, you know, we had our YouTube videos and, you know, we download that. But what I'm realizing now is like, this thing come down to 30 seconds. So you have an entire generation. Because we have to catch it now with the alpha generation, which is our kids now, the 4 to whatever, right?
Yeah.
The 4 up. But the generation before that, which I would consider...
Gen Z.
Gen Z, them call them.
Yeah.
Virgin, you cannot have a 30-second conversation with them.
That's true.
Them phase out. And then when you find out the high school students, the one that was still killing off themselves in the high school now, and they don't have more than 30 seconds. And remember now, what's the problem in the education system? You have kids now with a 30 to 45 second attention span in a school system that's still 135 years old.
So how does that work?
Wait, rewind.
We have children in a digital age with a attention span of 30 to 45 seconds in a school system that's still 135 years old.
Oh, so the system is archaic. And it's not matching the need. Okay.
Right.
I can go to Monroe and go and see a desk where me and my uncle and probably one of my uncle and Bridget did sign. And then man, they have like, we are 60 generations apart. People can go back and still see the same desk. We let them go back in the same place, the same windows in the classroom.
Oh God, you're wicked.
No, but I don't lie, me I tell.
Yes. Get rid of the school, then get rid of the desk.
No.
Yes.
Not in certain.
Renovation, no look at nothing.
No.
You're wicked.
They might put an AC in there, old boy might put an AC in there and, you know, I put a one TV in there.
Yeah.
But besides from that,
same
thing.
Well, they're wicked. The chair them are girls.
135 years. Our education system, chalk and beat. And the teacher them can't even beat now to keep your attention. So they pick them do anything they want and burn down the school. Like we are...
And
then now, we're not promoting online schooling, which more parents now would prefer to be able to send them kids to a school and do hybrid. So I can send it today, I'm going to send it tomorrow. You know why? Because our society is like that. I not have it today, we might have it tomorrow. But that don't mean coming to have it. That means to deny the student. But because guess what?
But it won't work in Jamaica because we don't have the infrastructure.
Oh, that's a lie.
No, there's a no. I got
them find a way to make it work in a COVID though.
Caribbean, you have people like
this.
Caribbean Online Academy. You have a whole Can Academy. You have a whole heap of schools in Jamaica.
They would still have to move, but I'm saying there are certain areas in Jamaica that still don't get proper self-service. I'm telling you.
You can't. Let me tell you something now.
That kill most of the people.
Self-service, and we need to get over the self-service thing because right now Starlink cheaper than Digicel. Me not go around nobody with that.
Alright, go look.
For real? Why we still have Digicel?
Because you're a slave to what you know.
You still have Digicel?
I do. But you still have cable.
Shut up. Cable is great.
You see what I'm talking about?
Wait, what you mean? So, service plan, starting at $80 a month,
So almost
$5,500 a month, them change it to Jamaican. Oh my God, guys, what are we
how
doing?
How much did they sell? $11,000 with
$13,000.
Alright, so me done.
Starlink sponsor.
Yeah, you know.
Starlink.
You know that
big
kind of
advertisement.
style.
Then we have Scotty.
Then why you start with them and then the price raise?
No. It's not. They're not Irish.
Irish people.
Irish people on the internet free for life and then just plug it out one day.
Gotcha.
Irish people run the tour too.
No, French.
And
Chinese. Chinese. For real, oh my God, he's right. Starlink is much cheaper. Residential, 5,000. What the hell? That's crazy.
So we talk about some music topic here, man. We talk about Koffee and RCA. You know that whole situation we're talking.
Is she signed or not signed?
Regine.
What are thoughts on direction of our career currently?
Why never?
Yeah, we'll have water. Drink some pure water.
Drink some more pure
Drink
water.
some more pure water.
Actually, I did a bonfire upon the woman, them man.
Alright.
Yeah, you know.
So, Koffee now.
Yeah.
Why they never call Koffee people?
We?
Yeah.
Because Koffee people said, well, first of all, Koffee's people responded to the initial report that said she was dropped by RCA. When reached out to by the initial people that reported it, they had nothing to say. So why the fix now? Would I get a response?
So me I got ask
them people that never get the
so
response.
the people that initially started this clickbaiting rumor, cause you know them like excitement.
Yeah.
And that gets them, I don't know if it get them head hard or whatever. I don't know, right? But them, I realize that them take this methodology now, where them try to clickbait the industry in a very, I don't know what to call it, Bridget. I don't have no word for call it because it's the lowest level of the lowest level to get clickbait or attention. See it? Because if you do your thing and you might have your differences with people in the business, or a man shut your box and you don't feel good about it, you don't have to take down all of us with you.
Yeah.
Because nobody has no respect for you. See it?
So you can't do scorch earth? That's
Don't bother with the scorch earth thing because I don't know why that was called out first over Koffee thing. Because at the end of the day, if you're going to write a story from a journalistic standpoint, you must have clarity, base, and depth. And yet you cannot come back with anything. The people them come out and say, nothing no go so. And the reason why, if you did start the clickbait, then just finish the story, man. Finish the story for everybody. Why everybody must go around now and finish your story. So I'm not going to be a part of Evil Knievel's clickbaiting process to get some attention for himself in an industry that really nobody don't have no respect for you. Because we don't know what is your purpose. What do you do? What really do you do? What you do?
They didn't tell me that. I didn't realize I was style the man.
What you do?
I just realized.
Oh my God. My audio
You don't do nothing positive. You don't do nothing neutral. You don't do nothing. Right? do something. We're in a stage now where the industry is now. We don't need nobody at dirt and dish. We don't need that. The sort of come now, help up who you see trying to make a move. The music industry now is forward led by females, and we have some good male artists who help to push the movement. We could just go on with that now, man, and we could take the next revolution of reggae to the next stage, no, man, rather than fight it, brethren. Oh, Koffee, whether or not she's not there. Leela Ike gone. Something there. Look where Leela is. Beautiful. Too late to lie.
Where
Wicked song just come out. Fry plantain. Shot.
Where is she?
Oh, Leela?
Yeah, where is she?
Leela have 3 dates right now in a UK, bro. Right? And she already started the promotion for her 3 dates in the UK. She doing her thing. Whether or not it be perfect or whether it might be whatever. But guess what? Perfection don't start on waiting. It by doing. And as you do it, you'll get perfect when you're doing. I'm glad we see where Leela Ike go. I'm glad we see people like Joby J trying to push out there, still finding our way.
Yep.
Don't kill artists that are trying find them stem and find them footing. You understand? Kale and Arnold come down here and everybody, like, she wooed the world. Yeah, she a Belizean. By way of Haitian, by way of America. She a one we love her, regardless of what you want to say. That business. Love. Push the music. Because at the end of the day, we're a community. You get what me I say? And right now, me like how me see the music I go. You understand? You have outfits, Unity XM. I want the outfits them when me see out there right now. DJ, you gotta big up yourself. You right? When me see really, I pull some things together. You understand? I'm glad to just be associated with all the little pieces and parcels of the thing where people want me to be a part of the music thing. I'm glad.
So with the Koffee thing,
where did it come from?
Me gotta ask if it's that he's reporting something that's actually factual. Then if he's reporting it, that's fighting the music?
No, I'm not saying about reporting anything factual, but why should it be news? Artists drop every day. Artists go every day. You understand what I'm saying? This is the business of music. You understand? When his sponsors drop him, you hear any big news about it? No, you don't.
No, come on.
I am just saying at the end of the day, why is it news? Koffee is a transition in our career. Why should it be dropped? Why Koffee not just why them just part ways? when him did a report,
different but are the same thing.
But at the end of the day, it them drop. You can also have a difference in opinion. It could be that your label of you sign to a third party through a sub distribution and the sub distribution deal done, so your deal done. I mean, so it don't mean that you drop with the artist. And at the end of the day, if you have a sub-distribution deal with a major label, then it's no conversation for you in the general public to say whether or not you drop. If your sub-label is being dropped, that is not a conversation for you. You understand what I'm saying? And until they have that conversation, because we don't know, could it be that there's a change in arrangement? Could it be that through all of the different shift that's happening in the music business, they're moving from one label to the label, so take it from here so to move over. We have seen this time and time again from the 90s. So we don't need no snap. Load the music business and make it flow where it is. When we say we own, we have this thing as Jamaican people. We see them do it, and I say it again, we see them do it with Shenseea. They might do it from Bob Marley days. They might do it from the days of Noah. We have this thing in Jamaica where when we say we own leave the shows, that's the time we decide to fight them. Come on, man. We need to stop that.
But the thing is that, you gotta always be confused. But the thing is that when it was first reported that she was signed to RCA, that's how it was presented to us, to the public.
But that is...
so she signed, it was she signed to this, and it said a distribution. No, it was reported that she signed to RCA.
But this is something that has happened perpetually throughout the time, because you want to position as a big thing, because to be signed as a Jamaican artist is a big thing. So when you do the marketing position, then is not the marketing position now. And so because the marketing position changed and the general public don't understand the perspective of what created that change, you're going to get all sort of clickbait and foolishness. But what I am saying is, at the end of the day, whether Koffee was dropped whether she left the label, at the end of the day, we're in a time of transition in our music and we see it happening. Ford is leaving America, you know. Ford.
The car company.
The car company is leaving America. We are in transitional times. We are in a time now where 70% of the people who, even though vinyl record is outselling CDs and digital downloads, 70% of the people who buying vinyl don't have a vinyl player. We're living in interesting times. So we cannot sit down now and be like, oh, label drop people all that while, every day.
So my question then is like, how important is label label signing to a Jamaican artist?
Well, it is important to people who love handout, and because our society is built around waiting on the big man for a handout, waiting on the white man for a handout. Let me tell you something. We are talking about collaboration. See it? I know why we can't get artists in Jamaica to collaborate, and we don't see it. But make a white boy come from Europe, and you see 9 of them at the label, they pan one medley. But make a Jamaican producer want it to happen. You know, I'm tune that them on there, you know. Yeah. May I tell you, dog?
No, we know.
We so whitewashed and handoutish in our fucking society, bro. It's almost disgusting. And we see white labels, and I'm not killing my compatriots them because I have some good people, but
white power.
No, I'm not white power. I'm not into this white power thing where you're talking about.
I'm joking.
Yo, oh my God.
Touching me.
Oi.
With your 6 cents.
Hey.
I'm joking.
Yeah. Scatter. You like a little incense for your blood clot. Yeah, she's about that.
But I wrote there.
And it's funny coming from me, but yeah, continue.
You mix?
No, sir.
You sure?
She look mixed though.
No, Dara will tell you.
Where you come from?
Me will tell you.
Chilani?
Well, no.
Which parish?
Portmore.
You come from Portmore?
Yeah.
The new parish, not St. Catherine?
No, yeah, Portmore.
Tell you say Portmore one. Let me tell you so. See there?
It was always a parish. It was always a parish.
Christ.
Portmore.
Regine, hey, Road Marshal.
No, but if me say St. Catherine, you gotta ask me which part of St. Catherine.
No,
Portmore.
if it's a Spain town, I'm gonna say you're a bad girl, I'm gonna respect that.
No, I'm not come
but
from.
you come from, well, wicked man. Oh, God.
Oh my God. Which Portmore girl take your money?
Oh.
Which Portmore girl from back road take your money?
No, on a back road. That's on a back road. Cause you want at least the back road one they make you know so they might take your money.
Yeah, make it know.
Poor man, they don't know when.
Drink your water. Stop chat bad boy.
You don't know when they take it. Yo, hey, let me tell you how Portmore wicked and everything now. When they come from St. James and then they come good and come to Portmore and I leave corrupted, you know. Chilani.
Yeah.
What
you come
say?
on Portmore, man. Portmore.
Town in general.
Omar, I lie me I tell.
Yes.
St. Elizabeth, them come from good and come on Portmore, man, and give them 2 years of Portmore, corrupted.
Oh, they got enlightened. Their eyes wide open now. They know a man stay.
I will tell you, them enlighten them. Moving on. What you say now?
Men, you say people not working together.
Yeah, man.
But the white man come and...
Yeah, man. I feel we think that we're a handout society. The big man. We're waiting on Andrew. You hear everybody know. Usain Bolt and thing. As far as I know, that's a private business. I never see people are blame. Oh, Prime Minister. But it's a handout society. Right? It's a handout society. And we're going to sit down here and watch Burkina Faso and Mali become black economic powers and wonder how, while they have used the same blueprint that Lee Kuan Yew did use, that Michael Manley did set. Because we don't have no nationalism. See them send some man what they have to kill Traore. And the man them take the $5 million from the man and go back and say, boss, see, man I tell you, say, man them collect it and put it in a bank account and go back and say, Traore, see, you know, the man they go and kill you in a boss, so we have go film you now, you know. You get me? I say, no
national. That's what I was
national.
saying, you know, because that's really what I wanted to talk about too. Like, the reason why we can't really band together is because they're powers that be that force us to disband. That's always been the case. Especially in our side of the world.
No. There's no power.
Look what Haiti, like literally.
We are bred for this sort of bipartisan politics. We are bred for it. So what we are seeing is as I said, there's nothing has changed since 1853. Jamaicans are bred to hold a line, and that line and picking a side makes you feel as though you are part of something.
But that's just human nature.
No.
Hierarchy wants
Because
to belong.
a nation should give their people to feel something. Cubans, let us look at Cuba. Cuba have in the Caribbean the most literacy.
Yeah, they're highest in
even
literacy.
as much as they are native in Spanish, in English as well, right?
Less cigars.
Mortality rate, infant, all of these things. But yet they have been under 60 years
of embargo.
60 years of economic embargo.
By
Can you
USA.
believe if Cuba did get the opportunity where Jamaica get, where Cuba would have there, we would be begging out of the Cubans' hands.
Which
The
is what
Cuba
the
would be the
USA
world
didn't
power.
want.
But here what happened? They did what they could. Can you believe what we, and I say this again, can you believe if every single Jamaican were there, just say, all right, we're going to put aside politics for 3 years, 4 years. We're not business about green or orange, north or south, east or west. We're going to put down politics and put down side and garrison for 4 years and just work together. Can you believe where we would be in 4 years? That coming like 40 years. Because you know, so we're enough as people. And you know, so when we get we think together and we decide that we're going to do something together, 1 year coming like 10 years. Can you believe 3 million Jamaicans? We're not talking about the one in my foreign where I said like $1,000 go on like them I do things at one time. See? We are talking about the one them where there. We were there, just band together for 4 years and decide, say, yo, we're going to build. Keep the things them clean. Work together. Where we can volunteer for build certain things and bring back certain things together.
People too dark for that.
Dunce! That is the word that favor left us with. Dunce!
That's crazy. People here say that and say I fight out politicians. Because
But then,
politicians wouldn't have jobs.
no, because I'm saying in and of itself doing that is
politicians-
You
politics.
fight out Andrew, you fight out Mark.
Our politicians nothing have jobs. Andrew Holness, you just see people don't understand what it takes to be a politician. That's why they fight on. I think the politician are easy work, you know.
No, it's not.
Right? A lot of our politicians we see right now that emotionless and have no empathy in us because people deal with them throughout the years, them deal with them.
Oh, God.
Seeing? We have to understand, so when you're dealing with niggardism and a handout mentality amongst a population and the minority are the progressive people who want to see the country move forward is an uphill battle. That is why them call Jamaica children of Sisyphus. And for those who understand what that story is, that is what the minority, the real minority, we're not talking about the upper echelons and 24% or whatever.
Rebecca.
We are talking about the minority who they are saying also we want to see things happen for Jamaica. The minority. You see that minority there? We are the children of Sisyphus. Because despite whatever, we still a roll the hill go, we still a roll the stone go up the hill, and tomorrow politics are going to change and push it up down per way. But when the time come again, we're going to take a breath and we're going to push it up. And you see right now that we are doing for reggae music. Man like The Raja, man like Kaini King, Unity XM.
I have a question from intern. It's a great question, by the way. As you just talk about how the society like handouts and them things. I'm read it like she. Do you think artists, once they start receiving major financial incentives from labels, become too comfortable and end up compromising their authenticity to conform to global trends?
We have never gotten the chance to reach that level to compromise yet.
You don't think
None of
so?
our artists have reached that level to really, for us to even talk about that. Because none of them not reach the level yet where them have to compromise them thing. Them not reach the level of mainstream. We have this disillusion about what mainstream is. 10, 15 million Jamaicans who cannot come home is not the mainstream. Hear me again.
Yeah,
10 or 15 million Jamaicans who cannot come home is not considered the mainstream. They are considered as a demographic in music. They are considered the diasporic bubble. And so for you to reach into the mainstream, you have to surpass the diasporic bubble. That is where all them get trapped, and then at the end of the day we wonder, oh, governor get pan Grammy, oh, Massacre get, because they are trapped in the diasporic bubble. Now Vybz Kartel has reached outside the diasporic bubble, and people are wondering, no, he's not in the diasporic bubble because you don't see the line. You don't see the line of demarcation. But Kartel is in the mainstream. Shenseea is in the mainstream. Shaggy is in the mainstream. Sean Paul is in the mainstream. Buju is budging the bubble, right? But at the end of the day, it's not everybody when them reach a foreign go beyond the diasporic bubble. 1 and 2 people might see skeleton pop a third out once in a while that shoot out into the mainstream, but he's not into the mainstream.
They say a third?
A third.
Okay. So I'm the
yeah, it is what it is.
Yeah.
Right? And at the end of the day, it, you know, but at the end, the mainstream is what it is. So we can't, because them get a little one BT appearance or Riri, oh, no, that's how the mainstream work. You know? And oh, the Grammy don't sit here waiting on Jamaican people to tell them who to vote for. It's almost like ridiculous. I find this very funny every year.
Me too. Yeah, I do too.
Yeah, and then at the end of the day, when you tell them go take up $100 and go become a
Grammy voter.
A Grammy. Boy, you know, fireball for that. But guess what? It's getting too late.
The Mali them now get my money.
Mali them now.
The Mali they run the Grammys.
Continue balling about the Malis running the Grammys. And as I said the other day, you know, it is what it is.
You know, chew me out there.
Yeah, it's a peer review. It's a peer review.
Oh, God, in the stomach.
Oh, God.
But it is what it is.
Good.
And it's the reality of what the business is, and we have to just understand that moving forward in 2025, going forward. As you asked me, and I said to you, this year is not about selling music. It's not about selling artists, because we have the thing wrong. And I think we have, it's almost comical, oh, we have this thing as artists in Jamaica wrong. Because it's not about we're trying to go for trends. Everybody trying to find the next trend and the next trend. And you can't keep up with trends. Right? If you were supposed to run down every wave that goes in at ebbs, in and out and ashore for the entire year, you couldn't follow up. You're dead. And that's what a trend is. It's like the wave. In and out. And you cannot follow a trend.
True.
Right? So what you have to do is create gravity. Because it's gravity cause water fit. It got flow. Right?
Yeah.
And so if you're not creating brand gravity as an artist, then people not going to be attracted to your music. Because people have to fuck with you first before they listen to
So
you.
the question now is, how does artists how
be
do artists create their brand gravity?
All right. The problem is that we have a generation of artists that didn't learn. I didn't get that experience. Why? Because they were caught up in quarantine. So everything for them was online. They didn't have to build a personality. They didn't have to build a presence beyond online. But when you have to come outdoor now and people have to meet and greet you, and you can't have a basic conversation without what new word am I use now? You know, without sounding like a fucking
That's
cartoon.
a word?
I don't know, bro. Like, you don't know. Yeah, man. General, girl. I don't know all these utteral grunts, because that is where the music come down to now. I hear it in the music. It's incomprehensible. Like one time, you know, you could understand what they must say now. It's just like her skirt, they go to hi girl, her coming at your throat, her. Like I don't know what's going on.
So it's like, what are you saying? What are you
It's
trying to say?
incomprehensible. And then they complain that nobody now want to listen to the music, but we have to understand, and I said it the other day, that, you know, whether or not anybody like it, no, I don't believe that. Them people who buy music is 14 to 34-year-old white people. Midwest. Right? As a main base.
Of the land of Caucasus.
Right? And if they don't connect with your music or can understand it, it's not going to really flow out, you know? People come to me and be like, oh, Mr. Laing, Fools, you see, I'm talking, I'm call upon reggaeton. Yeah. And let us come back again to that. 467 people are native Spanish speakers. How many people speak basic patois? Just give me how many people speak basic patois in the world?
2 million.
15 million.
15 max.
15 max.
Yeah.
Before it becomes
But you know, say it's not even that because remember, say a lot of people weren't born in Jamaica. Like
We're not
they just
even,
have-
no.
That's what I say, Max, to put it at
Hold
the
on,
cap.
you think the 15 million me I talk are the one that were born eat hush puppies and McDonald's? No.
Yeah, so
We
yeah.
talk the one that were left here and can't come back.
Yeah.
On top of the one that were go there to meet the one that were can't come back, but
Yeah.
they can't come back. And them have kids over there.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was
The
talking
banana
about.
boat.
Only set we can come back.
The
Yeah.
banana boat
only have
riders.
that.
Yeah. The banana boat riders.
I was talking about the generation after. They're the ones that can't speak patois because they weren't born native. It wasn't a native. content.
So you thought the picnic,
Yeah.
picnics of the illegal
They
immigrants.
don't get it.
No, them don't get it. But
Right.
them love ackee and saltfish big
Yeah,
up.
yeah.
Love on the same way.
And them can say
understand?
wagwan.
That's it.
And
But they
bumbo-
can't
and bumbo clap.
clap.
Yeah, and that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Of
But
course.
ask them for fry a sausage, you know.
No, and they're females. Yeah.
Nobody wants to fry a sausage, Lloyd. I hate
You
fried
can't
sausage.
fry
You
sausage
talk
and
about
egg.
it. I'm like, hate it.
You
Gross.
can fry egg.
Smarty
Yes.
bunny in breakfast.
What kind of egg?
Egg.
You can
Lie.
make porridge.
Smarty bunny
Yeah, I can.
breakfast.
What kind of porridge?
Cornmeal and oats.
From scratch?
Yes.
For real?
Yes.
Portmore, girl, I'm gonna put something.
But they take democracies.
I can cook. I don't like to cook, but I can cook. Yeah. Yeah.
So, you're not like to cook, but you can cook. You only cook when you're ready for just
Yeah.
put a little thing over your rice and peas.
No, not over the rice and peas.
Over here, what?
Stew
I'm somewhere.
peas.
Oh, the stew.
For tire ass.
Stew peas, yeah. Stew peas, you know. Jesus Christ.
With the pork. With the pork. Yeah.
So Lloyd, you were
good.
saying before
Pigtail.
that them can't communicate and them don't really have no
Yeah,
personality.
they
so-
don't have no personality. Them can't really communicate.
Yeah.
And because of that whole quarantine thing, it was not something that was developed.
Yeah.
And so when the whole industry started opening back out, and a lot of the professionals who decided to take on the business because they were doing PR and press, and so they themselves, when they had to come out, didn't know what it meant to really create like brand gravity, build brand strategies. And so, you know, you just sit down with a bag of artists now who frustrated because they don't know that they are creatives, and it goes beyond just being an artist now.
Yeah.
You have to be a content creator, you have to be a personality, you have to be a brand, and you have to have, you know, certain social ideologies that people can gravitate towards, because that now pulls people into your music. And so it's really, you know, depending on the development and what an artist do. You book up an artist and you're building a brand now and you're polishing off a brand. It's a 5 to 8 step process to bring a local brand into something that is presentable in a global space. And that can take anywhere from 16 to 24 months. But once it's done, you have a brand that will resonate continually through the world, right? And there is, but here the part of it now, it's like a chemical mix, you know. If the artist now meet the strategy, you now go get the catalyst where you need to get the reaction where you want. A lot of artists, them do couple dub, them do this, them do that, and then them sit down and it's like, we need a booking agent now. But at the end of the day, you now do the work that is necessary to put you out there, right? Then you have a lot of artists, them sabotage them thing. So instead of you putting out continuous work across the space of people, promoters, PR, radio people can buy into your brand. Them say you are an engaging artist. So they buy into your brand rather than you buying them into the brand. You get me I say?
Yeah.
That is why a lot of people spend money and then putting it into these vast holes that it don't go nowhere. Because at the end of the day, you can't buy media, you know. This is a mistake people think, you know. You can't buy media. You can bring the money come and we take it because he's a fucking idiot. But you can't buy media.
Yo, that's so funny on so many levels. Funny,
That's so apropos.
Right?
Yeah.
But guess what? If we buy into your brand as media, you get more than any amount of money you could ever spend with us in your lifetime. I lie me, I tell Naro.
I don't lie, it's not a lie.
They don't get it.
So the middle of ask this, probably this will be the last question. Can't run out of time. So as the music industry evolves, how can the current dancehall artists then achieve that balance of staying true to the culture, the trap dancehall, if you will, that's that go on now, and trying to appeal to a worldwide global audience?
I'm gonna tell you them, it's very simple. Make comprehensible music, create a personality that people can reach out on. Not because you're talking about dig out a girl eye and then her throat. When you come up to a media or you're talking in the general public, express yourself.
I don't know if you know this or not, like these nowadays girls, they're asking for this.
That's what I was laughing.
Hold on, no problem. No, you don't get what I'm saying,
Yeah.
I don't have no problem with the girl they
asking for
want.
this.
They want whatever they want in them throat, they can get it.
Yeah.
And if they want it expressed musically, that's why I separate it by them call it trash dancehall, right?
Yeah.
Cause you know the Portmore girl, they love them trash dancehall. We're not gonna take it from them, See it? Cause I know that Portmore girl, they love them trash dancehall. See?
They're the propagators of it.
But at the end of the day, as an artist,
As a mockers.
as an artist, yeah man, when you come out time up, man, and you step out time up, and somebody say, who are you, sir? You say, my name is Diggy Ray, Be able to have a conversation with the person till them say, but I just saw you coming down from the mug. Him say, yes, that's what I do in the daytime.
Lil Jon style.
Lil Jon style.
I play there, I don't live there.
Be able to be communicable, be able to have a personality that people beyond your audience
Snoop Dogg
can
style.
appeal to. Snoop Dogg style. Don't be like the youth them, because I think when that trap dancehall had a moment last year, and one I consider what me, I don't miss what nobody wants to say. It's the Caribbean Music Awards. I will say it and I'll say it again. We need that.
We do.
Needed this. We need it. We need it. See it, and we need something like this. Yes, sir.
Yes.
Right? Of
have
that
that
level.
now,
Them set the standard. It can't. No, it can't. We're not talking about. Don't let me talk about that something the other day, right?
Because they said
no, let me leave that. Let me look. Yo.
I didn't mean to upset you, Lloyd.
One question.
I'm like
one question. See?
One Diorama.
more.
One Diorama. You can't buy out Diorama.
So Caribbean Music Awards is the standard in the business right now. And trap dancehall had the availability on that wonderful platform to set itself straight. If that little boy who came out just spoke comprehensibly rather than speaking like the rat trap that Fable created. However, let us move on.
A Fable do that?
Fable is like, what you fucking
What was it for me for?
What you fuck me for?
Right? So
Fable never teaching in the class yet. Or is it her
if she did pay the teacher them different and never them frustrated, maybe the youth them wouldn't come out so dunce.
Oh my God.
Because I don't understand what is this, right?
I think what you're saying though is key though. For real, like
We have to understand that dancehall is it's entertainment, has always been. So when you come off the stage, you must have a personality beyond the artist. These are things that we have a lot of artists who along the years make them personality mix up. Like one time, Bounty Killer go around and he was so cross and miserable, he started hammering people in them knees, right? But then he was able to separate those personalities now.
Right.
Allegedly. I don't know. Allegedly.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, he was cross and angry. But look at Bounty Killer now.
The nicest man you'll ever meet.
Bounty Killer, and I will say this and I'll say it again.
yeah, one fuck up sound boy.
Bounty Killer.
Oh, fuck with him sound, that's all.
Bounty Killer has done more for us as the governor, the poor people's governor, than the king of dancehall has done in our society.
No, facts, man.
In terms of inspiration, impression, support of our society, the poor people's governor has done more than the king of dancehall.
I don't know why you compare, but what you say about Killer,
I'm just saying.
No, but
it is
several
what it
pillars
is.
dancer, like
is.
several generations of dancehall.
The king is going through a moment now.
Reggie,
You never have-
Reggie,
you
me
afraid
don't know
that you
about
will
that,
do
you
it.
know. Me don't know about that, you know. Me not a sympathy, you know. Because at the end of the day, let me tell you something. There is not, if everybody was supposed to walk out and tell you, including myself, right, so the length of people were killer, boss, and inspire. Bounty Killer inspire me from me 16. Sit down beside him, hear him talk till him come. There are experiences I've had with Killer that make me the man I am now. Me, Lloyd Laing, Bounty Killer. See? And me can tell you, so the experience me have with Beenie Man was never good in my life. It was one of the most traumatizing experience me have in my blood clot life.
That's crazy. Like, what happened?
See? And I will never forget it.
That's right.
I will never, no, me not go through it because at the end of the day,
Traumatized.
me traumatized. See it? And at the end of the day, I will thank Beanie for that experience because it make me who I am in this industry. That's why when people say, oh, Laing, oh, you're so cool and hard, maybe that experience was one of those experiences. But one of the things why I continually to help artists and to push through, Deraja can tell you and Kaini can tell you, is because of what Bounty Killer did for me.
Wow.
Me nah go around you.
Respect to the killer.
The killer every time. Every time. Hold on. When the stadium applause.
No, I have to know what Beanie doing.
Yeah, we have to know what Beanie doing still.
Right?
Yeah, we have to know what Beanie doing. The man said traumatizing.
Traumatized.
You gotta tell us, Lloyd.
Damn.
That's crazy.
Off the record.
Off the record. Oh yeah, this is for Killer thing.
But me still like your Beanie.
Beanie
No, me give him love. Yo, Beenie Man is who he is, and I will always give Beenie Man him respect, you know.
Yeah,
I mean, I take back, but no, but I will not. Let me tell you
Can't
something.
take that away from him.
But at the end of the day, boy, I did me fuck up.
What did you do, Lloyd? Let's talk about that. Why? What is it that you did that make him do the fuck up?
General.
Yeah.
I'll never forget when last time
It was having a bad day.
My God. It was one of them. Pussy.
Oh my God, you're a pussy one.
Celebrate it.
And the young Beanie this year. The young
Yeah, the
Beanie.
young Beanie this year. The one who get boo at stadium.
That time they have ear at the front time, Ed. So me couldn't.
All right.
Lloyd.
Yeah.
Seriously?
What me say wrong? What me say wrong?
Can we not do this right now?
Can we not?
Right now.
Yeah, we're not doing this right now.
I'm not taking it from the king, him have him crown. The man have him crown for him, that okay. What about now? Because I have movements.
Yeah,
Yes.
movement now. We'll give thanks to Sir Lloyd Laing for passing through.
Yay.
Yay.
Give thanks to
It
Sir
burn
Big up
Yeah.
yourself. I have another
Yeah,
thing
me
to
never
say,
get
you know.
focusing.
I'm about to cut this out, you know, this half in the thing, you know.
Now we're not going to talk now.
Okay. Woodland Festival. I went to Woodland Festival. Jamaica Woodland Festival. 26th of April. Right now we have Kaini King. Let It Rain out right now. All platforms coming out on vinyl soon. All platforms everywhere, right? And just make we keep the music alive, man. Support the young artists, them.
That's what we do here.
Turn out to Unity XM and support the young artists, them. And listen,
Yeah, where's that?
UnityXM.com.
Okay. Oh.
Music discovery at its best. The space, the fastest growing space right now in a reggae and dancehall, supporting new and emerging artists.
Right.
And it's just a part of the growing ecosystem. We're not leave out space.
Youths.
No, I tell you, we are bust the youths, we are compound the youths, we are dub club the youths, we are skyline the youths, we are Jamnesia, we are Kingston Reggae Garden the youths them. Right now,
Yeah,
everybody, we are chat, we not Rassarella, right? Big up Rassarella place, round a chatters there so all the spaces and the places. Wiki Waki, every place where I support the new and emerging artists.
Also, in a yard.
All of the space.
Which is a series of shows that will be taking place in a Laing yard.
Yeah.
In a Deraja yard.
All over the yards, them. Yeah, man.
No, they're not coming on my yard. not for the
Hey, afraid I big job them, you know. Afraid I big job them.
No, I embrace them actually. I will go to judgment yard, but just don't follow my yard.
Remember, I put more believe. Bear mosquito.
No, man, no. You don't tell. All right, I'm going to tell you something. Look on Kaini King's last music video.
Okay.
And that was shot in Portmore. And if you can tell me where in Portmore that is shot.
Get a free by that.
Yeah, man. I tell you.
I'm money me deal with.
No, that Portmore girl, you know. That Portmore girl, you know. I hold it for money. You see that video that was shot in Portmore. And that's why I keep telling people, say, all we need to do in the business is that we need to have the right people who can visualize the thing, because it's not like say Jamaica don't have the look. We can shoot Africa, we can shoot Nigeria, we can shoot Australia, we can shoot anywhere in the world in Jamaica.
Yeah.
But guess what? Everybody want to run up and down with the camera, so I do the same fuckery. Right? So big up, I'm going to check out the video.
That's Instagram, man.
No, I'm just saying. What's the name of the song?
Let It Rain.
Let It Rain. Oh, I thought it was the name of the EP. Oh,
And put that, I want you put that pan, Bust the Youths too, this week. Bust the
You
Youths.
can select it then. You see me?
Yeah, man.
By the way, I have Bust the Youths.
We can't find a song.
Find a song. Go and find a song. Alright, try watch the video and see if Ari can pass that test. She really wants this money.
No, not money for you.
Hey, a real poor more woman in a bridging.
Not doing anything for free.
Like me not talk about money, you know, so make us see what you have.
Jabby, find a song if you don't have a song. A long time when I bust the youth.
If you can talk about the exact location, I think like offering over $50,000.
She can't find location.
You don't know where this there.
Where that there? And that a Portmore that showed.
Hey man, I know where this there.
And chances are the money can raise.
So make sure they have the money for cough up now, and I mean I want a stew peas.
Alright, you don't need to listen to the song to know where this place is. Like you think that I can help you? Maybe if I hear the song, it will make me know where it is. A location where I
alone in my time about it now.
What you think if I say it in that song? I'm here in this part of Portmore with my guitar.
She'll move down, man. She'll look. She'll try find something. Landmark. I know you alone try.
I just the one spot there.
Yeah, one spot.
This one look like
actually look like Dumbo holding, but round at the back. But they may wonder there's a new place round by Caravan Estate. No, not something there.
I don't know why this look like
Silverstone, like round at the back when they ma build up. Some new part when they ma build up. What I don't know if I I-85, but I don't know if I
I'll show today.
That always the go-to answer when someone would just look different in a Portmore. I answer that there. Where the one part. Yeah, one discover.
Alright, it's tough.
It's good though, eh?
It's tough there.
You have this song?
Look
about some you that look for your song.
Daytona. No,
no, that dep on the camera.
Wait, we're not other topic.
No, we're good. We do it by ourselves. Yeah. Alright, we're rapping now, yeah. But you said this is your Bust the Youth song?
Yeah, man.
Alright, so
Kylie King. Let It Rain.
Here you go.
Sometimes I forget my whole life, so I wish it would rain. And maybe it would wash away the pain.
Oh no.
Kylie King, Let It Rain. That's my Bust the Youth too.
No, it's not. Find your song. And I must have song put on a good one. We don't have no Bust the Youth.
Oh god.
Oh, yeah. You know what you need for drop? Look for Sugar. What If?
Sugar What If. Okay, I'm using that song.
Yeah, Sugar What If. What you mean, man?
You didn't even listen. This I hear
it's Sugar like good artist, so we can't use it.
You know, say you know miss off a Sugar. Can't miss off a Sugar, you know.
Sugar can get diabetes still.
That Sugar, you know. Yeah. Cause if you hear that one, you know, that one coming like it, will make your blood sugar drop, you know.
Yes, sir.
What do you, man? She have one part in her song where she say, suppose you come home and see me and
Oh, that part there.
Yeah,
oh,
man.
That's
Yeah.
I will see her and I will hail her. I won't vex with her, but I'm at this. She said, we're not gonna be like Chris Martin. We're not gonna be like Chris Martin. I made them available. I'm at this thing. I just keep it moving.
And then I'll build a second story.
Alright, yeah, use the song.
Yeah, Sugar What If.
Alright, here we go. Sugar What If. Alright.
What if I want you and my side man to be friends? And when you come home from work, the tree are with the on the end. What if I need you?
Javi, find a song?
Yeah.
Alright, what your song, Javi?
This week I'm using Kayoka, and the name of the song is Letter to My Ex.
You a pussy. Yes, man, I leave with the word for me call you. Me shoulda make somebody rob you. Or fling 2 stone in your car and left that fit. You never know how you feel, so why you cheat, why you do it and then me leave.
So nobody know do
And it dropped 3 months ago.
Nobody know do Lil Ike too late to lie.
That she boss.
Bombard stars. And this me I tell you about the diaspora and bubbling in the
highlight for a week.
Ah, what? Iman Beam.
Iman Beam.
Iman Beam, the Raja.
That's a long ass name. What?
Iman Beam.
You know, I will check it out for the next edition, but I have my song put on.
What your song be?
Gila, right, true.
Who is that?
You know, Gila. Young youth.
Okay.
Yeah, man.
Let me hear him.
Gila.
Who can swallow the salami like you? Who can manage yagan it like you? You not for your school, me say by you. Girl, who make it keep broke like you? Who have the grip that go she dead like you?
Ah, boy. As I was Gila, right, true. And that was Bust Youth Songs of the Week. And that was our conversation with Lloyd Laing. Ladies and gents, give thanks again for passing through. You just tell them where them can follow you, sir, on the socials.
Yeah, man. Reggaeology and all of the socials, them.
Mm-hmm.
And if you want to support the new and emerging artists, them that's out now, Tomorrow's Legends today, head over to unityxm.com. You pick, we play. Tomorrow's hits today. Alright?
That's a
tag.
Alright, people. Follow me, EDOTNARO on the Instagrams and on the X. People follow you, Ari.
Follow me on Instagram at
And I need more followers. Where the people can follow you?
ARIHAMMOND. Get me to 20K. Yeah.
You know, reach it.
No, soon.
Yeah,
Oh, follow me
Yes,
on
yes.
Instagram and
Yeah.
TikTok at Just Jabs and subscribe to my YouTube channel, Just Jabs.
Okay. And follow us across all social media platforms at The Fix JA, X, Instagram, Threads, TikTok, you name it, we're there. But most of all, especially subscribe to our YouTube channel, youtube.com/TheFixJA. Subscribe to our sister channel, Extra Fix as well. We just shot something very special over there. Hopefully come out good. They good. Hopefully, post-production, everything, it followed out good, boy. It's something special, something new. All these things. Something fun.
Yeah.
With the crew. A very special guest. I mean, say, look out for it. What else we need to tell people about? That's it, though.
Yeah, that's it.
We're not too let out with kids. Yeah. But I want that to know people. Give thanks. Sir Lloyd Laing. I'm gone. Keep out.